There's his arm rolled around his head.
You're not even looking.
I want to.
Because that's him.
No,
That's
it's
his
not.
feet.
Yeah. He was cut in half and his feet were flipped around the other way.
Hey, I'm here to tell you that the lies that you've been living is here to bite. And you need to come clean with what happened so that you don't look like an animal, the person that destroyed and a cold-blooded killer that would do this to Anthony. What happened inside that trailer? You know as well as I know what this is and what happened in that trailer. I need you to tell me what happened.
This is 51-year-old Penny Pospisil, who would go on to make some disturbing claims about a man who was just found dead in the most horrific manner.
You like young girls. Very young.
On December 30th, 2019, Melbourne police finally decided to take a look into a camper that reeked of a stomach-churning smell after receiving several complaints. The stench from the camper had plagued the people for months now. They didn't know the source of the smell was the dismembered, decomposing body of someone they knew very well.
It's unfortunate that things like this do happen, but it's the nature of the beast and where we live today.
What comes next is the series of disturbing and unhinged moments. Detectives were shocked to find the heart missing from the body and soon realized that the body seemed to have no internal organs and genitals. Some dark secrets were waiting for the detectives. Let's start from the beginning. In Sumter County, Florida, an RV camper had become a problem for the neighbors due to the intense foul smell that emanated from it. Residents would often ask 51-year-old Penny Pospisil why her RV stank. However, Penny paid little attention to their inquiries and often ignored them. They often observed her using a communal washroom instead of her own RV. The smell seemed to only grow stronger in the next few months. Frustrated, neighbors attempted to contact the authorities but received no response from the department. Despite multiple complaints, months went by before the officers eventually decided to investigate. There was another motive too. They wanted to question Penny because she'd failed to pay her lot fees. On December 30th, 2019, Melbourne police turned up in Sumner County only to discover that it had been moved to an RV park in Brevard County, Florida, some months earlier. Later that day, they managed to spot her RV in the new trailer park. However, Penny wasn't there. She'd gone to visit her family for Christmas. However, police decided to take a look inside Penny's camper anyway. Although it was untidy inside, that didn't seem to explain the strong, putrid malodor emanating from it. However, there was no disclaimer for what they were about to find in the shower. Initially, the scene appeared to be blood-soaked chaos. However, upon closer observation, there was a severely decomposed glob of what seemed like human flesh. Penny Pospisil was arrested right away. She was questioned about who or what the bloody glob was, but she refused to even acknowledge what was left of the corpse. She denied ownership of the camper or to accept that before the Christmas break, she had been living with a severely decomposed dead body. Who was this person whose life was taken away limb by limb?
Right, so you don't know why you're here, is that what you're saying? Okay. What's your relationship with Anthony Mitchell?
He was my fiance.
Okay. And what happened to Anthony Mitchell?
We went back to Europe.
I'm sorry?
We went back to Europe.
You went back to Vero? When did you go back to Vero?
October,
You went back to Vero in October
2018.
Okay. Did you take him back to Vero?
Yes.
Okay. Where's he at now?
Okay.
You have no clue where he's at now.
Mhm.
But you were with him.
Yes,
Where were you with him before you came back to Europe?
we went back to Kansas.
Okay. And how long were you with Kansas?
Until December.
Okay. So you're telling me that he came back to be there with you and let Prince off? Yeah?
The first insight about the body was given by the body itself. The deceased body was a man who'd gone through a surgery where a small iron tool was placed in the spine. Using this information, he was identified as 55-year-old Anthony Franklin Mitchell, a man Penny had shared a romantic relationship and the RV with.
You're looking at Anthony Franklin Mitchell.
In your
In your RV trailer. You know? What are you looking at? No? No?
That's your argument.
That's your RV, that's
What is that?
No, it's not.
They'd lived together for months in Sumter County, Florida, before Penny moved into Lake Pan RV Village in Brevard County alone in the summer of 2018. Delving deeper into who Anthony was, the investigators found out that, born in 1963, Anthony was a disabled man. He'd last contacted his family on August 22, 2018. After that day, calls were neither received at his end, nor did he make any. He wasn't seen or heard from until police found him dismembered with his heart, internal organs, and genitals removed.
Good.
How did this happen? Tell me your side of the story, because without your side of the story, listen to me, okay? Let's hear me out, okay? You've got this inside a trailer. This body has been cut up, okay? Cut in half. At the pelvis area, it was cut in half.
Arms removed.
Arms cut off. Those toes are full of fat and tissue of Anthony. Okay? The trailer is only owned by you and Anthony. You telling us you stayed in this trailer all the way up until December.
Yes.
Okay? He's been dead since August. Inside the trailer since August. How did this happen? Help yourself, because hear me out, you're sick, okay? And right now, with all of this inside a trailer and all the stories that you have provided to a bunch of different people, it's hard. It's very, very hard when something happens and you forget that you have. You ever heard the story about crying wolf? Okay. When you tell so many different stories, it's hard to remember everything that you said. A lie starts like this, and it keeps growing and growing and growing, right?
Comes back to bite you in the ass.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm here to tell you that the lies that you've been living is here to bite, and you need to come clean with what happened.
According to the forensics, Penny was the sole suspect in Anthony's murder. Her son, 24-year-old Frank, whom she visited and talked with often, quickly became detectives' second priority for an interview. During questioning, Frank admitted to having seen the body in his mother's RV after Anthony's murder. She'd also threatened him with pinning the crime on him if he refused to help clean the remains. Frank disclosed several revelations, including the exact order, or shall we say disorder, of events that occurred inside Penny's RV.
What happened inside that trailer?
I would never have hurt him.
Then what happened?
What happened?
What happened to him?
I don't know.
You told Frank that he choked you and you stabbed him.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. You told Frank you killed him. Frank was in the trailer.
No, he was not.
He saw that. He described that to us. We didn't show him these pictures.
Yeah.
He described exactly what's there.
And guess what else he said?
Right?
He also told us that you told him if he doesn't help you clean up the body, that you were going to pin it on him.
Bullshit.
Well, why would he say this?
Did you do that or what did he say?
Both.
No, he said it.
He said it. He told us that Monday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to him Monday.
Okay.
So, why?
No.
Why? What happened?
I don't even know what this is.
That's Anthony Franklin Mitchell. Dead in your RV.
You know as well as I know what this is and what happened in that trailer. I need you to tell me what happened.
You want me to say that I killed him? No, I didn't.
I want to know how we got to there.
I don't know.
Did he choke you out too much and you hit him or something happened? Self-defense?
No.
Did he die in the trailer of natural causes and you got scared and didn't know what to do?
No.
So how did we get to this point?
Good question.
Because you told me already that you dropped him off
And Vera.
in October.
Yes.
And Vera.
He
Well,
wasn't
it was
there.
evidently beforehand because when they finally became them,
The reason for the murder was even more complicated. Penny told her son that Anthony had tried to choke her, and in defense, she stabbed him. However, when Penny was confronted again during the interrogation, she maintained her shock and denial regarding Anthony's demise. It was difficult to reconcile the soft-spoken demeanor of this woman with the possibility that she was responsible for the numerous injuries on Anthony's body. However, Anthony's cause of death was strangulation. There seemed to be a lot of bitterness in that act. Anthony and Penny's relations had gone sour, and this was one aspect Penny owned up to.
it was not a very good relationship.
Okay, tell me about it.
It was abusive, verbally, mentally, physically. He liked young girls, very young. 10, 12.
The police also conducted interviews in the old neighborhood where Anthony and Penny lived together, Lake Pan RV Village in Sumter County. People in this neighborhood knew Anthony, and when he suddenly stopped appearing, they inquired with Penny about his whereabouts. She told them that Anthony died of natural causes and she'd cremated him.
He told somebody he died of a heart attack. He told another person he died of pancreatic cancer. He told another person he died of a stroke.
You can't even keep up.
You can't remember how many different ways you said he died. You said he went to see his mother. He died up there.
What are you talking about?
That's exactly what
We're trying to figure that out also.
That's all the stuff we've been told about you. The stories you've given other people about poor Anthony's death.
You told your own son that he attacked you and you stabbed him and killed him.
No, I didn't.
You didn't stab him.
No.
But you told your son that.
No, I didn't.
Why would your son lie?
I don't know.
Penny had been living with the remains of Anthony for almost 6 months. During that time, she'd continued to use Anthony's credit cards, bank accounts, and Social Security benefits. Despite the overwhelming evidence implicating Penny in the crimes against Anthony, she remained steadfast in her claims of innocence. However, when it came for trial, Penny pleaded guilty to all 3 charges against her. Circuit Judge Mary P. Hatcher gave her the maximum sentence on all 3 counts. She was given the sentence of life imprisonment for second-degree murder, and she was also sentenced to consecutive sentences of 15 years for abuse of a dead human body and 5 years for grand theft of more than $300 but less than $20,000. This case was prosecuted by Daniel Garrity and Donald McCathron. The prosecution described the killing as especially brutal and heinous, with Mitchell suffering violent injuries before being strangled to death. Anthony's death, as violent as it was, is made even more disturbing by the fact that he was trapped in a disabled body and in a toxic relationship. Had he asked for help and none came? Or did he never seek assistance because he didn't expect the situation to escalate to that extent? Because Penny never came forward with what had happened, we'll never truly know what transpired in Penny's RV. We began with a question, and unfortunately, in the absence of the information, the question still remains. Did or did not Penny act in self-defense? Who was the real victim of the abuse in this case, or was it a relationship with two oppressors trying to overpower each other? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.